Hello, welcome back. I have got a treat for you today. I've got a slightly longer story, still flash fiction, so still a short story, but longer than the other ones. This is a piece that I wrote for a writing competition where the prompt was urban plus fairy tale. Now, I'm not going to get into a conversation about what urban means, the connotations of it. We'll save that for another day. We're just going to keep it light. We'll just keep it about the story today. So if you're sitting comfortably, I shall begin. Rapunzel's reflection. Rapunzel was the finest maiden in all of Hackney. Legend of her impeccably bleached, floor-length hair travelled across social media. Suitors from the surrounding manors would come to her bearing gifts of limited edition trainers and diamante-encrusted phones. One day, whilst walking through the market, she came across an elderly woman whose stall displayed a single rose gold mirror. Rapunzel was transfixed by its beauty. "Sometimes we need to reflect," the old woman said. Rapunzel's eyes widened as the compact mirror began to glow brightly. Buy me, it seemed to whisper. "It's meant for you," the woman said. "I'm sorry, I don't have any money," Rapunzel replied. "I accept card," the woman said. Rapunzel shook her head sadly. "I don't get paid until Friday." "Perhaps we could make an exchange," the woman said, pointing a withered yet immaculately manicured finger towards the box of chicken and chips in Rapunzel's hands. "I am starving," she said, staring deep into Rapunzel's eyes. Rapunzel too was starving, for she had not eaten since lunchtime. Then she remembered she'd been invited to a celebration that very evening and had a PVC catsuit into which she needed to fit. They made the exchange, and Rapunzel hurried home as fast as her platformed Converse pumps would carry her. Little did Rapunzel know, the mirror was cursed. It magnified her flaws tenfold. Hours passed as she sat frozen on her bedroom floor, staring at blemished skin and eyebrow hairs too short to pluck. Rapunzel was entranced, unable to look away from her reflection. Luckily, that evening, Rapunzel's housemate Cinderella was due to borrow some shoes for the celebration. She entered Rapunzel's quarters and was shocked to find the maiden with unbrushed hair. "Are you unwell, sis?" Cinderella asked, running to her side. Rapunzel did not speak. No matter how loudly she shouted or violently shook her, Cinderella was unable to wake Rapunzel from the trance. Then she noticed the mirror Rapunzel gripped in her hand. Recognising it from a warning video that had travelled across the Kingdom WhatsApp group, Cinderella knew what she must do to break the curse. She ran to the West Wing and begged her other housemate Lance for his shears. He agreed on one condition. He was to have exclusive access to the communal living space in order to observe pugilism. The deal was struck, and Cinderella sped back to Rapunzel's aid. "Forgive me, sis," she said as she began shaving Rapunzel's golden tresses away from her scalp. Rapunzel immediately awoke from the spell and threw the mirror against the wall, shattering it into 1,000 pieces. "Are you mental, sis?" she screamed at Cinderella. "It was the only way to break the curse," Cinderella said. "I am hideous," Rapunzel wept. But Cinderella knew otherwise. She took a photo of Rapunzel on her phone and held it up for the distressed damsel to see. "No, sis, you are blessed." Rapunzel looked at the image and nodded happily, realising she was indeed blessed. She stood up proudly, knowing she had exactly what was needed to overcome this trial. It had been there all along. She had just never been able to see it before. Previously obscured, the whole world would now be able to see it too. A nicely shaped head. The end. Okie dokes. So if you'd like to read the text version of that story, or if you'd like to hear more about the creative process, maybe get involved around the world urban, if you fancy it, I don't know, head over to my Substack and the link for that is below. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.